100 years ago, on July 28th, 1914, World War I was started. It began when the Archduke of Austria, Franz Ferdinand, was assassinated by a Yugoslav nationalist, Gavrilo Princip, in Sarajevo. Exactly 1 month later, the Austria-Hungarians, led by Heinrich von Kammler-Martinic, invaded Serbia. Germany, led by Prince Max von Baden, invaded Luxembourg and Belgium. The British Empire declared war on them shortly after. The Allies, France, Russia, Italy, and the British Empire, finally ended the war after a series of successful assaults on Germany during 1917. Austria-Hungary agreed to a truce on November 11, 1918, ending World War I. There were over 9 million soldiers who died, 7 million civilian casualties in this fateful, bloody war. About 25 years later, Hitler led Nazi Germany to invade Poland on September 1st, 1939, sparking World War II. This became the biggest war in history, directly affecting over 100 million people from over 30 countries. There were people on every continent who fought. Japan had gone to war with China in 1937, and they aimed to dominate Asia and the Pacific. By 1941, Hitler controlled almost all of continental Europe. The Soviet Union temporarily allied with Germany, Japan, and Italy, the Axis. During this time, the British Empire was the only force fighting Germany, doing most of the fighting in Africa. The U.S. joined and helped the African campaign. The Soviet Union was betrayed and rejoined the Allies. The war kept going on until eventually the Allies landed at Normandy, France, on June 6, 1944. They took Germany over on July 26, 1945. The war finally ended when Japan surrendered on August 15, 1945, due to the atomic bombings of Hiroshima on August 6th and Nagasaki on August 9th. Hitler did not learn from the mistakes of the past. If he had learned, then the 60 million casualties of World War II would not have happened. You must not just remember, but learn from the past, so you do not make the mistakes of others. After World War I, the League of Nations was founded by the UK, China, India, and France. It ended up falling apart. This failure of the League of Nations, or LN, allowed World War I. The world learned from its mistakes and created the United Nations after World War II, or the UN. It is an improved version of the LN and has stopped another world war from happening. The Revolutionary War of the United States of America began on April 18, 1775, with the battles of Lexington and Concord. Early on, it was just minor attacks and boycotts. These attacks escalated, though, and there were attacks on Britain, like the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party. In 1776, the U.S. declared themselves their own country with the Declaration of Independence. Due to the success of the Battle of Saratoga, France allied themselves with this new country in 1778. Hoping to get the upper hand in the fight against Britain. The British Army fled back to Yorktown, Quebec, where the British commander was captured. Britain signed a peace treaty with this new nation on November 30th, 1782, but only ended the war during 1783. There were about 15,000 casualties to make this nation free. We must remember all the soldiers who have fought for our freedoms over the years. If we do not remember the countless casualties over the years, it is like they died for nothing. If we do not remember the people, it is like they were never born, for all we know.